Hello, and welcome to Plan-It Geo's Plant More Trees tutorial. In this video, you will learn how to add trees, individually or in bulk, move them, and add activities like mulch or water. Then we'll talk about registering for a full account, requesting a new organization, and creating a planting project. PlantMOreTrees is a free online mapping tool for tracking tree plantings and projects in Missouri. Funding was provided by a trim grant from the Missouri Department of Conservation to the Forest ReLeaf of Missouri. You can easily create an account for this tool by clicking Get Started. The only things you'll need are a valid email address and a username. Enter this information, click the security check, and then click Login Sign Up. Step 2 has two buttons, Add Trees and Show Me My Trees. If you've added trees before, zoom to them by clicking Show Me My Trees. Let's add some trees first. To get started, you have two choices. Add each tree individually or in bulk to one location. Choose a species from the pick list and then click the map where you'd like your tree to go. You must click Plot Tree for each subsequent tree added. At any time, you can change the species of the tree that you're planting. Use the search box within the species window to refine your search. When you are done, click Done Plotting. The other option that you have in Step 2 is to add many trees in bulk to one location. This feature is ideal for planning out volunteer events or quickly adding a large number of points for later use. To choose a location where your trees will be added, you have three options. Adding by address. Be sure to be as specific as you can with your address, including city and zip code. Adding by your current location. If you'd like Tree Plotter to use your current location, use this option. Be sure that you allow your browser to know your location. Adding by map. Choose this option to click the map exactly where you want the trees to be added. In all three cases, you should be able to see this note, indicating that your location has been successfully saved. Next, choose the species of your trees and the number. Click the plus to add another row for a different species. A counter will keep track at the bottom. When you're satisfied with your choices, click Submit. You'll get a confirmation message and the option to zoom to your tree points. Let's zoom to the trees we just added. Notice the counter at the top of the pop-up. This indicates that more than one point has been clicked at one time. You can then use the Move tool to move them to individual locations, either now or later. All your trees are saved under your username, so come back anytime. Step 3 involves adding activities to your trees. Let's add some. Click the Update My Activities button. The map will automatically zoom to the closest extent possible while still including all of your points on screen, a minimum bounding box, in other words. The window that appears at the bottom left is a list of all of your trees. You can either check the boxes in this window or click the individual points you'd like to update. After you've clicked a few points, click Continue. Say, for example, that we watered all of these trees on the same day. Simply check the water checkbox, choose today's date, and click Submit. You can also update one tree at a time by hovering over the tree point and clicking one of the colored icons. These activities will now show up in the second button, View My Activities. From this window, you can see a history of all work you've done on trees. This list can be sorted and thinned out just in case you made a mistake. Just check the box and click Delete Check to get rid of an activity. Click this button next to the X to export your activities list. Finally, the Show Me My Trees button will zoom back out to that minimum bounding box. Activities can be filtered using Tree Plotter's Advanced Filter tool. We won't cover this tool in this video. To learn more about how the advanced filter works, please visit our YouTube channel. Step 4 allows you to connect with PlantMOreTrees and give a little bit more information about yourself. Now that we've covered adding trees through a public account, let's cover the other ways that you can add trees. Let's log back out. If you're planning a large-scale volunteer project, consider requesting an account for PlantMOreTrees so that you can add specific details, numbers of volunteers, bulk estimates of trees, start and end times, and more. To start this process, you'll need to request an account from the administrators. go to Tools, the Basics, Account, Request an Account. Fill out the required information. If you are looking to be a part of an existing organization, choose it from the drop-down list. If you'd like to create a new one, choose Request New Organization and fill out a short description below. A PlantMOreTrees administrator will review your request and contact you at a later time. Once your account has been approved, you have a few options for planning events and adding trees. First, let's talk about the case where you've joined an existing organization. In this case, there are likely already many projects that belong to that organization. You can click through the different projects and quickly tell the difference. Ones that belong to your organization will have buttons along the bottom for things like loading the associated trees and the data table. The other case is that you have just created a new organization. In this case, it's assumed that the administrators have given you permission to add new projects. Let's try this now. With the projects layer showing, click the Add button at the top right. Then click the map to add a project. After adding a project, click Details. In this form, you can keep track of administrative things like the name, number of volunteers, and more. Be sure to read all of the text within this form. It outlines an important distinction between bulk trees and individual trees. Within a project, you can either add trees individually or in bulk, but not both. Checking the box next to Count Trees as Bulk will allow you to add a number value into the project details, an estimate of how many trees you wish to add. You will not be able to use the Add or the Bulk Add buttons in this mode. Leaving the Count Trees as Bulk box unchecked will allow you to add trees via either the Add button at the top right or the familiar Bulk Add feature that we covered earlier in this video, shown in this window when you click the orange Add Trees button. Most importantly, if you've added individual trees and then check that you'd like to add trees in bulk, your individual trees will be deleted. Both the Details form and the pop-up will keep track of the number of trees in your project. In summary, there are 3 ways to add trees. The first is through the public forum, in which you can keep track of trees that you take care of or organize small planting projects. The second is through taking the necessary steps to register an account and add trees to a project in bulk. The third is taking the same steps as number 2, but this time adding trees individually through the Add button. Trees added through method 1 will not in any way interfere with trees added through methods 2 and 3. They are separate altogether. You cannot have public trees that belong to a project or an organization. Thanks for watching. If you have further questions about PlantMOreTrees projects near you, contact them or visit their website. If you have questions related to Tree Plotter or the software behind this tool, contact us at Plan-It Geo or visit our software website, www.treeplotter.com.